Hi, welcome to another edition of Spotlight on the Arts. I'm Jay Handelman, theater critic at the Herald-Tribune, and I'm joined by Carrie Seaman, our dance critic and arts writer. And we're going to give you some of the highlights of what's coming up in the week ahead. So, Carrie, why don't you get us started? We've got a big weekend going on.
I know, there's an awful lot going on, and one of the bigger ones is the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival, which opens Friday night. Is the opening night film and party at the Van Wezel. The opening film is by a young comedy writer who writes for Saturday Night Live still, and this is his first feature film, and it's a sort of semi-autobiographical story called Other People about this writer returning to his home to help care for his mother who's dying of cancer. So that's a real upper. Yeah.
I'm sure if
actually,
I
think it is. There's levity in it.
Yes.
And one more serious aspect of the film festival this year, starting last year, the festival decided to have a social issues angle. And this year the issue is mental health, which, as many of you know, is close to my own heart. And I just wanted to mention one of the things that is not in the catalog because it's not a film, it's a panel discussion that was just recently set up. That'll be noon this Sunday, April 3rd at Florida Studio Theater, and it's going to be a panel in connection with the film Kate Plays Christine, which is about the former Sarasota newscaster who committed suicide on the air. And there will be a panel discussion to talk about depression, signs of depression, and where to get help.
That's good.
So.
And the festival is running through through April 10th. And most of the films are going to be at the Hollywood 20 and scattered around Sarasota.
Right.
Also this weekend is the annual Greenfield Prize, which is going this year to conceptual artist Coco Fusco. This is a prize that includes a $30,000 commission, and it's all administered by the Hermitage Artist Retreat, and she's getting a grant to make a film, and she'll be presented the award, which was announced a few months ago, at a dinner on Saturday night at Michael's on East, and the keynote speaker is Hank Willis Thomas, an artist who does a lot of photography and makes statements with his photography, and we talked to him. There was a story last weekend about that. And they also will be taking part in some discussions this weekend, and you can see all the schedule about that at ticketsarasota.com. We've covered that, and Carrie will be going to the dinner.
For the first time. I've never been before.
Well, it's
so
fun.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay.
And for music lovers this weekend, we have the last concerts of the Sarasota Orchestra Masterworks season. This concert is supposedly a little trip to Scandinavia. They'll be doing three pieces: Johan Halvorsson's Bergensiana, Jean Sibelius's Lemminkainen Suite, and then a young phenom pianist, Finnish, Antti Sintala, will be playing Chopin's Piano Concerto No. 1.
There's a reason why I asked you to talk about that one, so I don't have to say
yeah,
all
you
these
get
names.
to say Coco Fusco, and I have to go like Johan Halvorsson. Anyway, I made it.
That's how it goes. I made the decisions. There are two plays of note opening this weekend. One is at the Venice Theater. They're opening David Ives' play Venus and Fur, which was done on Broadway a few years ago, won a Tony Award for The Star. And it's about a playwright-director who is auditioning actresses for his adaptation of an Austrian play, and an actress desperate to get a job comes in, and we're not so sure what kind of actress she is. She's sort of a muse of some sort and has some messages for him about how he's adapted this story. It's about sexual politics and sexual power, and
it's a great play.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And Kelly Wynn Woodland, who's one of my favorite directors in the community theaters, has directed it, and it stars Vera Samuels and Steve O'Day, who are two of people who seem to perform in a lot of her shows. So that's at Venice Theater in their stage 2. And at the Oslo, in the historic Oslo Theater, but the Oslo Repertory Theater Company is presenting Ayad Akhtar's Pulitzer Prize winning play Disgraced, which is one of the when I saw it on Broadway, it was one of the most exciting evenings I've spent in a theater. Very surprising. It deals with Islamophobia. It's about an attorney who is from Pakistani parents, who's a Muslim, but he sort of hides his background to rise up in a Jewish law firm in New York, and his hiding his identity sort of unravels when he is asked by a cousin to defend pro bono imam who was accused of terrorism, and suddenly all sorts of things are coming out about his life, and it's sort of about how you live your life. Very powerful play. I'm hoping it's going to be a wonderful production, and artistic director Michael Donald Edwards is directing that, so I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And along the operatic lines, we have a collaboration between Gloria Musicae and the State College of Florida Chamber Choir called Barnums Bird. It is about P.T. Barnum, and it's not about some pet that he kept. It is about the circus showman's fascination with the opera star Jenny Lind, the Swedish opera star. So this is done by a composer named Libby Larson, and there will be 4 guest soloists as well, along with the 2 musical ensembles. So I think it sounds fascinating.
It does. And the final thing we're going to mention is a pretty low-key kind of event, is the Oslo Rep Unplugged series, which begins this weekend. For the next 3 Sunday nights, April 3rd, 10th, and 17th, they're going to be trying out new plays. They're readings. Members of the Oslo Rep Acting Company will be, they just stand or sit and read the scripts with the scripts in front of them. The playwrights are going to be there. There'll be discussion afterwards. These names won't mean anything to you, but the first play is called Hop the A, and then there's one called #Bros, and the last one is called End of Shift. The playwrights are all new, rising playwrights, so their names are probably not so familiar, but it's a very casual atmosphere. It's all done in the rehearsal room at the FSU Center, where the Oslo Rep and the ballet share, so you might want to try that. Tickets are just $7 for that.
And you may discover the next phenomenal playwright.
There was
right?
one of the first years they did a play called The Innocents, and it was done full production the following season. So
is that right?
You just never know. Or some of them get done elsewhere too. It's a good trying out period for the playwrights.
And this selection that we've given you as a trying out period, there's a lot more going on as well in town. You can see it all at www.ticketsarasota.com/arts, or you can read the art section in the Sunday Herald-Tribune. Thanks, and join us again next week for Spotlight on the Arts.
Thanks.